Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here on another Thursday night to bring you all the figure nonsense you could ever want. How you diddling, Mr. Peter?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. We've had some crazy weather here last couple of days, but it seems to have settled down a bit now.
It's gone from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, I drove through some monsoons yesterday. It was crazy.
Yeah. 1 minute it's fucking absolutely baking, and then the next it's hammering it down.
Which is what people say about this country, and I suppose it's been pretty true the last few days. So
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's been fucking mental. Absolutely mental. So look, we are, as per usual, brought to you by Mr. Watto at Scrapyard. So if you want any of your stuff done, 3D printing, designs, all that kind of stuff, hit him up. He's the man. So give him a shout. So let's get started with
new this fortnight.
What you got?
Okay, I think I'm on my own this week. You haven't this fortnight. You haven't really got much.
I've got nothing of interest this week.
you got some technical stuff. You got some printers gear. So
printing bits and bobs, which is fucking boring for the rest of the world.
I have got.
Hey Mario.
Hey Mario.
Here he is.
Yes, on the left there, it's just a quick shot of the Marion that you did for me, so that's cool. So finally got the hey Danny, finally got her there, so that's cool. So
it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to do one for myself. You done well with the clothes.
Yeah, it's tricky because they're kind of like men's clothes, and you know it's difficult to find anything. So there's a lot of, I might come back to it and actually sew it, but at the moment there's quite a lot of sort of paper clips and stuff at the back, just cinching it all in. But actually,
90% metal at the back, just crimping it all together.
Yeah, definitely. On the far right, I picked up I don't know why. I just kind of I picked up a Hot Toys Newt Scamander from Craig because he was knocking them out £75 for the whole outfit and the head. So I was like, do you know what? I've got a spare body.
It's pretty good.
Hey, Alvin.
Alvin.
So I was like, yeah, and it is really, really nice. It's a really nice suit, and to be honest, I can if I find a sonic screwdriver, I'm gonna put that in his hand, and he'll be my Doctor Who, because I think he'd make quite a good Doctor Who. I like the outfit.
He probably would do.
I'm sure he was mentioned at one point, sort of before they went with Jodie Whittaker. So. I might well find that I'll get if I can get a sonic screwdriver, I can kind of swap it out so he can be a wizard one day and Doctor Who the next. But yeah, it's really nice.
It's a shame that line. I was going to say, it's a shame that line never took off.
Yeah, because they're nice figures. I mean, he's the Johnny Depp one's is quite out there. You know, it's a crazy looking figure. But I mean, you can pick them up for decent prices.
I was hoping they'd expand out into the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Because I mean, they do a brilliant job with Harry Potter. But I suppose Star Race have still got a license for that.
Yeah, I just don't think it took off as well as they thought it was going to. So
no.
To them, they probably thought, well, you know, we'll concentrate on other stuff that makes money.
Yeah, because I think they are still making the third movie. But I know that there was a point where everybody just didn't want to touch Johnny Depp, did they? While all of the
while all the shenanigans were ensuing
going on. But I think he's I think he's good to go now. But so that's a nice figure. I'm not quite sure. He's just by the Falcon at the moment, so I'm not sure kind of long term where he'll go. But yeah, I just fancied. I hadn't got anything in. I fancied getting that, and it must be a very slim body that I think it comes on because. As you can see, it's a little bit tight on the arms. I might need to just take the clothes off and just shave the biceps down a little bit on the body. Because it's a slim body, but even so, because you've got sort of 3 layers of, you've got your shirt, a jacket, and then the coat. It's quite a lot of material there. So.
Yeah, there's a fair bit, isn't there?
Yeah. And then last of all, in the middle, bargain of the week. I think we talked about it on the last show. So it's the ZD Toys Iron Man Mark 6. So they've done they're 12. They're 1/12 scale about 6.5 inches. They've now done all 7 of the Hall of Armour. That's the Mark 6. Yeah, about 30 quid shipped from China.
Absolutely
and they're
love
beautiful.
it.
They are brilliant. I can't fault it. I mean, I've not really even played around. You know, you get all the different hands and the repulsor things and everything. But it's just really nicely made. Quite good posability, and for the money, you can't go wrong. I've got the Mark 1 pre-ordered, and I'm quite tempted to pick up some of the others, to be honest. Yeah, really nice. So
for like 30 quid each, it's the fucking bollocks. Like, it looks really good.
I'd say it's better than anything that, you know, Mafex or SH Figure Arts have put out, and they're you know, they push 100 quid those ones.
Yeah.
So I think some of them have got they've just released re-released a Mark II with lighter eyes and arc reactor as well for about 28 quid. So
wow.
yeah, they're brilliant. So I got rid of all my Marvel stuff, and we keep saying about what would bring us back in, but I thought, you know what, I could probably do a few of these figures because I do like the armours, and it's just a nice little sort of little toy to play with, really. And you're not too bothered
nice little desk warmer, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Just something you have out
and
that you tinker with.
If you break it, it's not the end of the world, is it? So yeah, definitely. So if you fancy something a bit different, pick one of those up. But yeah, I might have a look, see what else is about. So that was me. I think you haven't got anything, so
nothing worth talking about. Although I did pay off my 501st Trooper from Sideshow.
Okay, nice.
That's come out 4 months early on Sideshow.
Right.
So
okay.
They've
it happens sometimes.
Yeah, so it should ship next week, which will be handy because I just got the standard edition because it was about 20 quid cheaper, and then with my reward codes and Sideshow just going, do you want 25 quid off? I was like, oh, okay. Like, I think all in all, with postage, it's only cost me 150 odd, I think.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's the blue and white one we had on last show.
Yeah,
is it? Yeah.
Exactly the same as the one I've got up there, but it's a Hot Toys one.
Okay.
That's all. So I don't only need one more really, so I can flank Anakin. And I thought, well, with the reward codes and everything, I mean, as much, you know, Sideshow have done some pretty shitty things lately, but they just throw money at you. And you know, when you're trying to offset import fees and stuff like that, and when you're lazy like me and you very rarely pre-order, like by the time you decide you want something, generally they're one of the only places with it, and they always tend to come in, even with import, cheaper than the prices from Hong Kong at that point, because you know because I'm jumping on like
the Hong Kong stuff's really only still cheaper if you pre-order it and you go second batch. You know, so you gotta act quick, because so once they're out, then the prices just go stupid. And unless
I know I'm going to love it straight away, I want to see a review first, and then make my mind up. So it works for me, but the fact they throw codes at you every 2 minutes.
No, I think ultimately it's the best way to go until the point at which you miss out on something, and then but until that point, it's not a bad way to go. But as I say, sometimes you may miss out on something if it goes crazy and sells out on pre-orders. But
yeah, big time. So that was my wealth of stuff I got. I think you did quite well there, Pete. So let's go straight into
new releases.
Boom. So we have the Hot Toys Armourer, and that's not bad at all. That's less than a 2-week turnaround on that fucker. So the prices on this ranges from 250 quid to 300 quid. I don't hate it. Like I've said, this is quite tempting for me, but it's not 250 to 300 quid tempting for me.
No. If you could get one for under 200, you might think about it, but
all day long, yeah. And the thing is, the exclusives don't really mean fuck all anymore. You know, that it was exclusive to a convention for a little bit, and then it's free for all. So I might end up picking one up eventually at some point if I can find one cheap enough. But
yeah, it's an interesting one. Is it going to fly off the shelves, or is it going to be that, you know, they'll end up with some left and they'll kind of trickle out, or people will get them and then they'll be like, it's okay, but because ultimately, you know, somewhere along the line, people are going to get rid of their Mandalorian lines for something else.
So Alvin says, I picked this up, I was disappointed that I did, but after seeing the reviews I decided to keep it. This will be my first Hot Toys flip. Yeah, I mean for me, like, I thought about it and then I was like, okay, so, and it helps that I've just gone back and watched The Mandalorian for like the 4,000th time. So I was watching it, I was like, it's a really cool character design. I really like the character design, and but she doesn't really do much. She's very similar to you know, Fat Boy Mando. Like, doesn't really do a great deal. No. Now the interesting thing would be if she pops back up in Series 3.
Yeah.
If she pops up in Series 3 as possibly an antagonist, I think people will want this. But, you know, Hot Toys being Hot Toys, they will just release a Series 3 version if she pops up in it. So
yeah.
I don't think this is the last we've seen of her in the programme, and it wouldn't surprise me if another one comes out. Yeah. So I will, I'll hold fire for now. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I think it looks good, and obviously it's for being a female character, it's got some kudos as well. Not that you necessarily need, she's helmeted, there's not a sculpt underneath, but it makes it a little bit more desirable, I think, because obviously there's not as many female characters available through Hot Toys or in the Star Wars universe. So
hey, Ron.
I think that gives it a bit more appeal. But yeah, maybe not enough to spend $250, $300 for now.
Yeah, it's a lot for what it is. What it is. And then we had the Hot Toys Wheelscuracao Guard released. That's now out in Hong Kong, and it will set you back about 160 quid. Love it. I love it. Love it. Yeah. If I was made of money, I would order this as well as the other one, but because these would be quite good to get a younger Tarkin head made, and then have them flanking Tarkin.
Yeah.
That would be. I would love that. I like these. They're fantastic. It's guards. I love guards, and I love clones. So
yeah, they look nice. I think like Eddie said, he's a big fan of anything with white and red, and they do set themselves off really nicely. I think they've got a funny, they've almost got like quite a sort of portly middle look to them, but it's quite good. It's because it's different. It's I think they look really good in that shot on the right there.
Yeah, I do too. With the staffs. Yeah, I think these would be really good if when you get the Clone Wars Ahsoka as well.
Yeah.
I think they go quite well with that.
Another solid Star Wars release there.
I'm hoping they do a few more clones, because they've done what I'd like from them is just a plain clone, just a normal plain clone would be good. And then maybe some of the more specialist type ones would be good as well. But yeah, loving that. I will quite happily buy that all day long. And then we have the Hot Toys Mysterio, and this is £200. I really don't like this.
You don't?
And I'm not quite sure why.
Right.
I don't know why. I just don't like it. I think that... Yeah, I've no idea why. Okay. No idea why. Just don't like it.
I think it's okay. I haven't really seen I haven't really checked out any reviews or not, so I don't know how good the dome looks with the light up sort of smoke inside. I think the head sculpt isn't bad. It's maybe an 8 out of 10. Not as strong as it could have been. To be honest, my view of it is I'm not a particular fan of the villain himself, and in the movie, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I think there was some cool. It was a good opportunity to have some really good special effects in the movie, but the fact that he's really just a tech guy, and it's all, you know, so I wouldn't buy it from that point of view. But
I mean, that part of it's quite accurate because in the comics and cartoons,
I get that.
He was I think in the animated series, he was a special effects coordinator.
Yeah, I get that's the character. So just to me, that kind of, you know, the fact he's not actually kind of a super hero would take away from it. I think it's well done. I mean, it looks pretty good. The cape looks all right.
See, I think the cape is the bit that's bothering me.
Yeah.
Not so much the saying that I was going to say not so much the felt on the left, but yeah, that does fucking bother me. It just Hot Toys can't do capes.
Well, they can't. No, we know that.
It's like their Achilles heel. Like I think if this had a way better cape on it, I'd probably go the other way with it.
Yeah,
we don't get that many Hot Toys villains, so I'm getting its fill of void. I think it looks cool. Also, nice colours. Yeah, the colours. I like the colour scheme. Just the big bath sheet or the bath towel he's using as a cape is a kind of a no for me.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I do agree with Aaron though about the fishbowl light up effect does look good, and I don't think that the unmasked sculpt deserves the hate it got. I've seen way worse sculpts.
Yeah.
Way worse.
As I say, I think it's a fairly solid 8 out of 10. You know who it is.
Yeah, exactly. You don't go, who the fuck's that meant to be? You know.
No.
So,
no.
Yeah. And then while we're on Marvel, Endgame Thor, the thick fucker, is here at last.
He is.
For £204, which I didn't think was a bad price.
No.
Didn't think was a bad price at all. This is tempting. I'm tempted. This could drag me back into Marvel.
He's got a cape though, mate.
Yeah, but this cape looks like an actual cape. Not a fucking bath towel or bath robe that he's just undone and draped over his shoulders. Yeah, I like this. I like the light up axe and the hammer. But it is a bit of a lottery with this one, whether or not you actually get one with a painted face.
Yeah, we've got a hideous picture in Shenanigans later, one that they painted the hair on his head, but none of his face. To be honest, I didn't realise at first. I thought it was just like a Hasbro one or something. I didn't realise it was actually a Hot Toys one that someone had forgotten to paint.
And stuck in the book.
Quite horrific. But yeah. No, it does look good. It does look good. And there's always going to be that next Marvel figure that kind of threatens to drag you back in.
That's the thing. And the thing is, like, if I said, yeah, right, I'll get Endgame Thor, you stick him on the shelf and you go, all right, I need Cap, and then I need Iron Man, and before you know it, you're balls deep back in
you're
Marvel.
Back there again. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is where we all started, really. I think most people start with an Iron Man, and then it builds from there, really.
The one Iron Man figure I really wanted, and I've never owned it, and I think it could drag me back into Marvel, make me buy another Mark 42, is the Mechanic.
Right, yeah.
Where he's got the bit of armour on his leg and that. Because I remember that being one of the first Marvel figures I saw where I was like, that looks really good, I want that.
Yeah.
And throughout the years, I've just, for some reason or not, never... Because it would have matched perfectly with my Mark 42.
Yep.
But I just never bothered. Never bothered to get it. So, yeah. And then... so this next one, I'm very tempted, especially at this price. This is the Dav Toys Joker set, and this is the Phoenix Joker. £64.
Wow.
That is a fucking bargain.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
From... I can't remember now. Where did I see it? Where was £64? 1/6 corner.
Okay.
Sorry, it's been a really long day. 1/6 corner. I'm very tempted by this.
Yeah.
Because I want a Phoenix Joker, and this is by far the best tailored off the shelf suit I've seen.
If it comes out like that, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you got a head sculpt in mind for it?
So 1/6 corner do a head sculpt that I'm tempted to think about putting on it. Although I have a couple of custom ones. I've got one I'm doing for Eddie, and I'll pick one up for myself.
Because there's tons about, aren't there? So
loads.
It's a lot to choose from.
This has fallen in the Ledger camp, where there's just shitloads. All right, Sean, thank you.
Cheers, Sean.
So yeah, for 64 quid, it's fucking.
Oh yeah,
it's nothing, is it? Like so cheap.
No. 20 quid
so
body.
So cheap.
Stick, you're looking at £100, £110 figure with the head as well, and it's nice.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. So that's everything that's out. So let's move on to
coming soon.
I've never heard of this figure before.
No, nobody wants this. No,
I don't know why. I don't know why they're releasing this. No one's wanted it. No one wants it for ages. So, believe it or not, the time has come. It is the Hot Toys Cyborg.
Wow.
At a very reasonable, I think, 232 quid. Out October to December 2022.
Yeah. I'll give you a little round of applause, Hot Toys. You've got there at last.
Yeah. Took a while, but we're here. I really like this, and
Thanks
super
in part to Schneider, I think.
Big time. If that Schneider cut, we wouldn't have had this. No chance. No fucking chance.
No. And for those people that have bought the other 5 figures, they can finally complete the set. So it's good to see. Very good.
They got a year and a half wait, but they'll have it eventually.
They've waited 4 years already, so
exactly
it's nothing to them. But it does look really nice. I like the special edition bonus head sculpt.
Yes, I do too. Now, do you give a shit that it's not die-cast?
No, because I think it's quite. It looks to me like it's. I don't mean in terms of maybe moving parts, but it's there's a lot of pieces on there. And it's more organic than an Iron Man. So I can understand why they wouldn't want to go with it. And obviously, it probably drops the price by £100, not being die cast. So I think I wouldn't care. It's not a line that I'm collecting, but obviously, if I was after this, I don't think it would bother me at all, to be honest.
No, me neither. I've said for a while that die cast doesn't bother me. It's a nice to have.
Yeah, it's nice to have when you got it in hand. But once it's on the shelf, it doesn't make as much difference as. No,
and I'll tell you, if Hot Toys said, right, here is a brand spanking new plastic Iron Man that we've made, and here's the die cast next to it, I'd probably go, I don't care, I'll take plastic. Like, I just don't care. It's you get a nice weight to it, which is fine, but on the shelf, and I'm not, and don't take that the wrong way that I'm saying I would have an older figure, like the old plastic ones, over the new die cast. But if they were both made, and both made exactly the same, one was metal and one was plastic, I'd probably go for plastic. Yeah. Just because it doesn't.
Good evening, Andre.
Hello, Andre. How are you?
Good to see you, mate. Yeah. So no, that's good. So I think, and that's actually has gone up for pre-order, I believe. So
yes,
it's official. It's not just a tease this time.
Yeah, it's gone up and it's there. Thank you very much, Alvin.
Yeah.
Do you think they will surprise us like IG-11 diecast? I don't know. You see, I don't know. I'm not sure. No. You see, IG with its diecast, it's only really a couple of bits in the legs, and I think they've had to do that because I think it would just topple over without that added weight at the bottom. Whereas this, I think you could get away with not having it. Like, I don't think there's going to be any stability issues with it.
No. Because IG's quite slim, isn't he, in the profile, and you can't splay the legs quite the same. So you need more solid joints, I think, don't you, in something like that?
And with IG, he's quite, like, as soon as you put the arms out, the whole top circumference is massive.
Yeah.
And the legs are such a small footprint.
Yeah,
unless you're spraying them right out.
Yeah, so they're skinny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they may well put them in some of the joints, but I think it's unlikely because.
But yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah, the back.
Those extra bits could cause it to go. But then I suppose it would be similar to the Iron Spider with those bits on the back. But no, I get your point.
Yeah,
I think
it's a wait and see. I think if it's got them, it's not going to actually affect the figure too much. It's obviously just if they feel that it needs it from a stability point of view, then they might put some, maybe the hips will be metal or something. But yeah,
if we do get any, it will be in the legs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it will be in the legs and waist kind of area, I reckon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am very now. I haven't got any Justice League figures. I've got a Batman. Hey man, I've got an Armored Bats as well. But for that price, man, that is a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. That is very tempting.
And how do you think? Do you think it's going to kind of sell out quick and the price of it is going to go crazy?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think if there's as many people out there that want it as we're kind of as far as as we're led to believe, then obviously it's going to be very much sought after. And it could be one of those ones that in a couple of years' time is going for pretty big money.
I'll tell you something. Now we've got Eddie in. He's the voice of common sense, right? I've been catching up on a lot of the other programs, and thank fuck for Eddie and Mario. The proper common sense there, Eddie, on a lot of the episodes.
They need someone like that, don't they?
Yeah. Eddie is like my new favourite person at the moment. I've been listening to... I can't remember what I was listening to the other day, and he just went, man, you lot are fucking depressing me. Because it's like, this is shit, that's shit, I don't like that, but then I like that, but then I kind of don't like that. He's like, but you just said you don't like it, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'm flying the Eddie flag today. Eddie, the voice of reason.
Yeah, he is. He needs to rein those boys in sometimes.
He does, doesn't he? Crack the whip.
Especially John. John's one crazy motherfucker. I love him a bit.
Yeah, don't mention a reissue if I can have you.
No.
So yeah, that was Cyborg at very long last. And then while we're on DC, man, this looks fucking awesome. This is the Batman XE suit, £277 out June to July 2022. And you, Mario. We love you too.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. I want it. And I want it now. I don't want to wait. This is by far the best Batman thing that's been out in a while.
I agree, and I never even played the game, but I just love the look of it and the size
this was
of it.
a really good part of Origins.
Pick it up.
Yeah, where you're fighting Mr. Freeze. Really good.
Because it's the extreme environment suit, isn't it? So and I guess all the orange is kind of like heat filaments that are warming the suit up by the looks of it. Which is
I need to go back and play the game again because I've got it still on disc because you can't get so when they released the Arkham games again on the Xbox and PlayStation, because of I think Rocksteady did two studios worked on them. So you had one studio who did the original two games, then Origins was done by a separate studio. So you only got the two that were made by the same company, and it didn't have this one. So to play it, you had to get it on disc or try and download it somewhere. But it's the weaker of the three games, but the character design in it is fantastic. So not a great game, but out of the three, one of the best character designs, and this suit was just fantastic. So
and you get the cool little freeze base there and that. So it's I don't have a Batman at the moment, and I'm kind of I've had various different. Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I've had various different Batmans, and I've moved them all on. I've got a Superman on his own, but I almost could just get away with this as just being like, just an armoured Batman kind of thing. I do like the look of him. So I might be tempted with that one.
I am.
What's the thing he's holding here? This like hexagon shaped.
That's
thing.
the bat rod for when he goes fishing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's me
every
to know what it actually was.
no. Every superhero needs to relax, and Bruce Wayne goes fishing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So he does it in style. I cannot remember. Like I said, I need to go back and play the game again. Because my only Origins figure I've got is Deathstroke.
Okay.
Because they haven't done anything else from that line. They've done Arkham City, and that's it.
Is this
So,
Is this where the Nightwing's coming from as well?
No, so Nightwing's from City as well, I think, not
Okay.
Origins. So,
Right.
yeah,
You
I
can
want
mix and
Nightwing
match
as well.
as you like.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone's going to pull you on it.
No,
I think it'd be fine.
No, definitely not.
While we're on about billionaire playboys, this is the
Yeah.
Hot Toys Neon Tech 4.0. They've announced the special bonus item, which is some kind of sword and whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, like a shark's mouth or something. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Let's just
remember
say
anything
this.
about what these things do. Or
No, the unveiling the special edition bonuses on these hasn't made me want to order it.
Probably not on the
anymore
next
than I
one
did
either.
before. I mean, fuck me, the next one, the Cyborg SpiderMan.
yeah.
You get the little spider that you get with practically every other Spider-Man from this game. Brilliant.
So.
You guys going all right? Thank you very much.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still on the work train, like mad. So, well, for us it's like 9 o'clock at night, so thank fuck I'm still not at work. These bonus items just don't do it for me. They
not really.
They
not
don't
really
tickle
a
my
game
pickle.
changer, is it? No, they don't
No.
tickle the pickle. No. So
No,
I mean, if you get
not-
them anyway, fair enough. There's some extra stuff you didn't see, but yeah. So we talked about them before, but I just chucked them in because obviously they've released these.
There's certain accessories that I say are loft warmers because they stay in the box and they sit up in the loft and they never see the light of day. So these are some of them.
Yeah.
Now this next one, I am in love. This
This is you to a T, mate.
This is figure of the year straight away. I pre-ordered 2 purely because. Hang on. Let's announce it first, so people actually listening on the podcast know what the fuck I'm on about.
Yes.
This is the Asmus Ash Williams. This is the Legendary Edition, which is £261 on Sideshow for the Legendary and 147 for the regular, due November to January. So I first pre-ordered the Legendary through Sideshow because you could only get it through Sideshow and Asmus. Sold out like that, right? And then this morning I noticed our good friend from The Good, the Bad and Robots, Mr. Lee Ward, had them. So I've ordered one of those from him. And
All right, cool.
with him, they were just over £300, I think. 320, 330, something like that. So I'm going to cancel the Sideshow one.
Okay.
Because by the time I pay the import and the shipping is going to be fucking massive because of the amount you get in there.
Yeah.
You know, I just it's easier for me to order from the UK. I love this. When I first saw this, they only showed the standard edition, which is just the Ash standing on that stand.
Yeah.
And so I've just seen a comment that says, "Not a fan of this." How dare you? This is Evil Dead. This is amazing. It's the best horror film ever. So hang on, let's just address that comment quickly. So I'm not a fan. Have you seen or heard any reaction to the Armourer? Yeah, we spoke about it before. It's out now in Hong Kong. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. If I can pick it up further down the road, if it pops up in Series 3, there's probably going to be another version. But yeah, so back to this amazing figure. So the standard that they showed, which was the one on the base. Now you don't get the base, you just get effectively that figure standing there. I thought you'd be over. I'm on this like a tramp on a bag of chips. This is
and it's a damn sight cheaper than the Prime 1 that we had up a few shows ago, and we were trying to get you to order. So
Yeah. So the standard makes no sense if you've seen the film, because it's all a bit too clean and it just doesn't make too much sense. It's like they took bits and pieces and went, this is kind of what we want.
Yeah.
The Legendary Edition makes so much more sense, and I absolutely fucking love it. So I'm not going to fuck off my Sideshow Ash. I'm going to take the bits I want and apply it to that, because I think the Rip shirt is better on the Sideshow version. Everything else I love about this. I love the stand. You get Henrietta. Swapping out the arm is also a great idea. So you get one seamless arm. Perfect.
Right.
The chainsaw's die cast. Fucking brilliant.
Nice.
You get the... I will put you in timeout. I'm not a fan either, but I love seeing something different. Yeah, so it is different. So, you get the Necronomicon, you get the Deadeye Ash head, which I'm not. It's okay. Yeah, I can tell who it's meant to be. I've got a better custom one, I think. You get the two shirts. You get the Deadeye hand. You get the dagger. You get the weird little plastic wrap thing that he puts over his stump. The die-cast chainsaw, shotgun, and that stand is absolutely fucking amazing. And it has a working clamp that you put his girlfriend's head in, Linda. Now, they just showed Linda's head today. I think the scope looks really good. I'm not a fan of head stuff. And it looks as though someone has just gone thump with a pair of scissors along the fringe. So the hair I'm going to have to do something with. What I would kind of like would be to get a custom one done that the chainsaw can just fit down the middle, where he cuts her in half.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Down the middle. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I am loving this. And
I think it's awesome.
Out of all this, what I can do is I can effectively get two figures out of it. So I can get my Deadeye version. I could even get a more of an Evil Dead 3 looking Ash, because I think the sculpts. Yeah, well, I think the sculpt is definitely more of an Army of Darkness than an Evil Dead 2, just because the puffiness of the hair. But it's already a better sculpt, I think, than the Sideshow one, which was a bit cartoony. But Bruce Campbell's head is really hard to do, like stupidly hard. Not a lot of people really nail it. I'm hoping, looking at the success of this and how quickly it sold out, that they carry on the line and we get, if we get Henrietta, I'm like full scale Henrietta, I'm all over it. I'm absolutely all over it, because in terms of Evil Dead 2, you could do Henrietta's really memorable. You could do Henrietta. I don't know how many other people are going to want like a Billy Bob, and that I just don't think they're going to sell that well.
It's not a deep line, but I think you've done well here. I think a lot of people don't have a particularly kind of high opinion of Asmus, mainly based on the Lord of the Rings line. But what I can say about them, and I own quite a lot of their stuff, is they're great quality. Yeah, some of the head sculpts haven't been bang on, and they, a lot of people say, they're not Hot Toys quality. No, they're not. But their prices are a lot better than Hot Toys, and they really seem to care. Like if there's anything you see on this figure that you don't think is right, Ian, go on to Sideshow Freaks, find the link for it, because Asmus will be on there, and they listen and they make changes, and they'll tweak stuff. So if you said, that shirt's not quite right or anything, then so you may well find that you'll get an even better product than you see here. They don't tend to go the other way. They tend to improve stuff.
I mean the Rip shirt's not terrible. I just think it just looks too baggy.
Yeah.
So the rip down the front, it's mainly this shoulder piece here that kind of throws it off. And obviously because they made the decision to go... Oh no, so I was going to say, I think the neck looks a bit too long. So the head either needs to just be a tad bigger, so the head sits up, so the neck sits up inside the head a bit more. But I'm so happy with this.
Yeah, and their diorama bases are really good as well. So
Because when I look at
quality,
when I look at everything I've got in pre-order and what I've ordered so far, it's a lot of Star Wars. It's a lot of Star Wars because I predominantly collect Star Wars.
yeah.
But there's stuff I've kind of ordered that, like, I'd completely forgotten the fact I'd ordered one of those Stormtroopers. The one from the Mandalorian, the Sergeant.
Oh yeah, with the orange pauldron, yeah.
Yeah, I'd pre-ordered one of them that's due around Christmas time. Forgotten all about it. This is out about the same time. I will not forget about this. Like, this is top shelf. This even warrants its own little display case just on the wall.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That's how much I like this. And Evil Dead is just an awesome film. I remember first seeing it when I must have been like 12, and it scared the shit out of me.
It did, yeah.
And it was years later I watched it again. I was like, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And then I went back, watched the first one, watched Army of Darkness, watched Within the Woods, which is the short film they did before The Evil Dead.
Right, okay.
Absolutely loved it. So yeah, this is it for me. This is if I could own, if in the next year, if say in the next 2 years someone said you can have one figure and one figure only, this would be it. Yeah. I would cancel Grievous. I'd cancel the Batman I've got ordered next year. I'd cancel Bobber. This is it. This is what I want.
Yeah. It's really cool, and I think it does justify. Just if they don't go any further down the line, it works because Ash he's such a massive part of the films. You know, it's his like portrayal of Ash is just hilarious.
I'd love to see a proper company tackle see Ash versus Evil Dead, because you've got loads of characters in there, and very similar to the Mandalorian, you could go back and you could have a Henrietta, you could have Ash's sister from the very first film. Like you've got Pedro and that as well. There's so much stuff in there that you could do. So yeah, I hope this opens the gate.
Scott's a fan, so
he does love it. How'd you guess? How'd you guess everything?
We spent longer on this than everything else.
I was literally like, I don't give a shit about anything else on this show apart from this. This is the only thing. I was like, yeah, Cyborg, don't give a shit. People have been waiting that for years. Fucking Evil Dead is here. So yeah. So I guess
I do like it. Yeah.
I guess we better move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but we should. So yeah, this piece of shit. No one cares. No one cares. So yeah, this is Damn Toys Alexius from the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and this is £194 at Q2 2022. There's one thing I think this is missing, and it's a chainsaw hand.
Oh God! That's every figure now from now on. Well, you know
every figure.
Yeah.
Probably a chainsaw hand. I've just started. Well, I've just finished this game. And yeah, this is spot on. To be fair, I do like this.
I think all this figure needs is a decent body.
Yeah,
I mean those knees are hideous.
Swap this out to a seamless.
Yeah,
and you've got yourself a winner.
Yeah. I mean, I've not even played the game, but I'd be tempted because it's just such a cool looking figure.
Yeah. Thing is, it's not even. I don't mind the elbows.
No.
It's the knee. The knee is appalling.
It's the fact that as soon as you bend it, you've got a massive great gaps there, and that's like the worst knee joint I've ever seen on anything.
And the thing is with this is that throughout the game you get loads of different types of armour. And there's some that come up above the knee. Just stick him in something above the knee if you're gonna have that. Yeah. Just hide it. Just hide it with anything.
It's odd, but as I say, if you know, stick a seamless body underneath, and that's going to look cracking.
Yeah, I agree, Danny. Yeah. But the Assassin's Creed line they're doing is fantastic. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's one of them I've seen that I've gone, ooh.
No.
They're all
the
very, very good figures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And we only mentioned this the other day, but Big Chief Studios have shown the Daleks, and I must say, I'm fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
$279.99 for a singular Dalek. Cheddar, wrap a band-aid on that knee. Yeah. Do you know what? That's not. There's probably stuff. Yeah. There's probably stuff you can do to cover it up.
Yeah.
But there isn't much you can do to cover up these fucking appalling Daleks. Not a fan. Tell a lie. Right. I like the grey one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to repeat that for Andre. Yeah. $279.99. For one Dalek. Now they do, but don't worry, Andre. They do multi-packs where you can get 2 or 3, and I haven't bothered to remember the price because it just gets way more insulting past that point. I'm really disappointed because we watched, like I said last time we were on. I was really looking forward to these, and I could see myself potentially picking one up, but that one in the middle is just not great.
It just looks like a 20 quid toy, doesn't it?
I used to own one of the remote control ones that's 6 scale.
Yeah.
And looking at that and looking at these, there is a marginal step up from that, which is a 40 quid remote control car, effectively, to this. Not a fan.
No, and on the left it looks fine. The gold looks good, but it's far too yellow in the middle. And obviously it's a prototype, and they can change that. But I think they're going to have. They're going to have to be absolutely amazing for that price. We know they're not metal. Apparently the plunger and the egg whisk are metal. Because there was a statement from the guy that designed them, whatever, that saying they're made of 100 and odd different pieces, and this is metal, this is metal, and it's the small edition size that obviously especially for the gold one, that drives that price up, because obviously the price of that tooling and everything, you're not you're not spreading it out over 5, 10, 15, 20,000 copies.
No, I guess when you put, when we've got to remember that they've got to, they've got the moulds for these and things, and they're brand spanking new, no one's done them before.
Yeah. Okay,
but still, that is fucking expensive.
Too much, and you can't just
way
have
too
one.
much.
I don't think you got to have.
No. No. I mean, you could, if you've got one, you could pair it with the appropriate Doctor, but really, you want a couple.
Yeah. Having said that, I think John Pertwee looks great there.
Yes,
he must be the next one out. It seems like forever since we first saw. Good couple of years.
Well, they were meant to be reissuing him through Zavi, but I've not seen hide nor hair since the initial announcement.
No. So yeah, I do like a bit of Pertwee. I'd be tempted to get that figure. But yeah, Daleks, I think it's just too much.
So for some of the American guys who don't know, in the series Gotham, John Pertwee's son played Alfred.
Yep.
And then one Halloween, he dressed up as his dad as Doctor Who. Spitting image. Absolute spitting image. It was really good.
Yeah, because they talked about having him play him at some point in like some of the sort of multi-Doctor things, but it never actually happened. But yeah, Sean Pertwee's a great actor.
Yeah, that would be brilliant if he did.
Yeah.
So,
because Patrick Troughton's son is also an actor, and they were going to have him to play.
They should do.
Doctor.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, Mondo. We need to talk about Mondo.
Yeah.
By the time I saw this, it had sold out everywhere. This is the animated Wolverine. Already sold out, 144 quid, and due to ship in January. This is one of the only figures I probably would never take out the box, ever.
Yeah.
They've literally taken the meme and fucking shoved it in the box. It's fantastic. Hey man, how are you? Hello, Mr. John.
Hi, John.
What I like about this is you get all the Wolverine heads and you get a little morph head as well, which is good. I love this. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I think the paintwork is spot on. It looks really good. Alvin, I picked this up, only got one, should have picked up more. I think it took everyone by surprise how quickly this sold out. I love animated looking figures in 6 scale, and this looks really good. But like I said, I probably would never take it out of the packet because having him laying there as the meme is fantastic. So yeah, very, very well played, Mondo. Very well played. So they go from the animated to what we think is going to be a more realistic. This is Mccready from The Thing that they teased. I'm really liking these dark photos. It looks great so far. The only thing I'd say with Mondo is their paint can be a little bit lacking when it's realistic. Now, a while ago, they did Sons of Anarchy figures, and the bodies were good, the sculpt was good, the paint was appalling. So I had a few of them to repaint, and they come up really well. So I'm hoping if they nail the paintwork, I don't think there's going to be a problem with these.
No.
And you know, Mccready is one of those figures that people constantly kit bash, customise, and put together because people
quite
want
expensive. Because we had Chris Donaldson on way back, and
his is perfect.
His is phenomenal. He spent many hours getting that just perfect. And I've seen some bad ones. I've seen some good ones. You start running into quite a bit of money. So yeah, I'd like to hope this is a good one.
Yeah, me too. Because it would be on my list if it's good. I'd definitely pick it up because the things are great.
I've got no experience of Mondo figures at all, to be honest. In terms of a figure that's got clothing and all that sort of stuff.
I said their Sons of Anarchy stuff was really good, but they're
okay, so they're capable.
I'll have to dig the photo out. Yeah, they can do it. It's just the paintwork wasn't very good.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So while we're on teasers, 3-0. Sorry, I've skipped ahead. Black.
That's right.
So
we've moved.
Blackbox. Yeah. See, I just cast this figure from my mind.
It's pretty hideous.
So this is the Blackbox McGregor at Q4 2021 for 150 quid. Now this is a contender for Bulge of the Year. So it's trying to fight Robin, the Hot Toys Robin.
Yeah.
It's just, just looks shit. I just don't like it.
He saw what Robin had and he thought, I'll raise your son. I think it looks horrible. I think the sculpt's horrible. I think the body looks bad. Like the proportions on it are weird. They've covered it in tattoos, which will probably just rub off as soon as you touch them. Because we all know that anything like that.
Oh, I assure you, Peter, I will not be touching this.
Exactly. If it floats your boat, does it have a floppy ankle? And so you can recreate his latest bout. No.
I've seen some really good custom ones. That look really good, but for me, the sculpt doesn't look great. And like I say, I think the proportions are weird. And I think if you what you've got to kind of bear in mind when you're using seamless, particularly Python bodies, is you don't get a lot of choice. So you're kind of making things fit. It's not the right body type.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Alvin. Is there a big demand for MMA figures? Not that I was aware of.
No. I mean,
not that I was aware of.
I don't know too much. He's probably the only person I could name from the sport, so I'm not a big fan of it. So I don't know how many there are that you would want to have. I suppose it's quite a niche thing still, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. If it floats your boat, fair enough, but it's a no for me. Particularly the white coated version with the weird crown turban thing.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
It just looks mildly racist. I don't like no thanks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but this one, yes, I would be very, very tempted. So, this is from 3-0, the 3-0 booth. They showed a new Rambo. Lots of people thought the body looked off, but I really like this. I'd quite happily pick this up. I mean, it's probably, to be fair, more one for Steve, but it's
just interesting that obviously Stallone himself's having a pop at this one, isn't he? He's because he's releasing the Cobra figure and a First Blood John Rambo. So it's interesting that obviously he's able to. Well, in some ways, this is probably the official license, and his isn't a license for the figure. His is a license. He can obviously make his own image, so his might be called something that isn't Rambo, and this may well be the official one. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think the arm probably looks a little bit too big. The bicep looks too long, doesn't it? It looks like it goes past the elbow.
Actually, yeah, now you mention it, because if you look, unless his trousers are super high, like it looks like if he's just standing upright, he can touch his knee without having to bend down.
Yeah, and the bicep just looks too long, like it goes sort of down and behind the elbow. But I think that can be tweaked. I think to get a good, it's good that we're going to kind of have, by the looks of it, a couple of different options. I'll be tempted. I am a First Blood fan. I do like that film. So yeah,
I don't have a Stallone or a Rambo figure, so this could.
No, I don't.
This could.
And
fill
I was really
that hole.
tempted with the was it 3-0 the
Rambo
3-1.
Yeah, same here. I was when I saw Steve's in hand photos of it as well. I was like, fuck, I should have got one of them. I really should have got one of them.
I tried to order one
it's
3 times with TNS, and 3 times they cancelled it because apparently I'd been blacklisted. So, fuck you. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, well, apparently, fuck you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let's just have a look. What Andrea says, love this. Body's a bit out of whack, but do you remember how bad their last Rambo promo pics looked? Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and they delivered on that one. So.
That is a fair point.
Yeah, so I think
it's a fair point.
If this, and it'd be nice if it's got some, like, if it's got the Rain Mac poncho thing, and like lots of different accessories, and obviously the knife and everything. So I think if it was a good figure, I'd definitely be interested. Yeah.
So our good friends here at Iconic, they've teased the Street Fighter Ryu at long last.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we can and can't say about this. So, amazing. We take our word on it. Amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
As well, we'll say.
Don't worry about what the guys said on CW about generic TB bodies and all of that. You don't have to worry. Fantastic. So looking forward to this. Really, and as soon as some more stuff comes out about it, we will definitely reach out to Andy and get him back on to talk about it, because
I made a comment on After Dark, and Zach was like, I don't know if he's meant to say it, but I didn't reveal. I just said they have worked with they've worked with TB League to develop a new body, and you can see that arm is not the arm of an M34 or an M35, and what we've heard from. It's going to be brilliant. I'm pre-ordering this day one, and I want like the whole set. And he's talked about their plans for it and everything. So this is like
I really
a breath
hope
of fresh
it takes
air.
off.
Something brand new. And I love Street Fighter. I've never been particularly good at it, but just the characters are just so iconic.
See, growing up, I was more Mortal Kombat. I didn't come to Street Fighter
because they like the
a lot
gore
later.
and the blood and stuff. But I think
for me, it was more that I had the Sega systems. I had some people had the SNES and the NES, which obviously had Street Fighter and all that on. If you had a Mega Drive,
I had a SNES, so
yeah. What do they call it in America? What's the Mega Drive in America? It's something different.
The Mega Drive. No, the SNES was a Famicom, wasn't it? But
but the Mega Drive was.
I can't remember. Someone will chip in.
Over in America, the console that had Sonic on first, what was that called for you guys? Because for us, it was the Mega Drive. Genesis. That's
Genesis,
it. Thank you, Andre.
Sega Genesis. That's it, yeah.
Sega Genesis. So yeah, I was all that.
Yeah, so
which was
kind
predominantly
of like
Mortal Kombat.
Nintendo or Sega was kind of split.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Sega.
love it.
Yeah.
Any idea of the price point? No, we don't know.
No.
But I would imagine. Well, we know how much the Patrick Bateman was, and I guess this isn't going to have the same number of accessories and stuff. So. But yeah, we don't know anything yet. But obviously, the fact this has come up, I think we're not going to have to wait too long.
No. I've got a lot of time for Andy. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really passionate about what he does. So
that was
really
a great
looking
show
forward
we
to
had,
this.
and then
fantastic.
And then we prattled on for like another 2 hours after the show, didn't we? So
it was like what 1:30 by the time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and we could just con on forever. So no, I'm really
because I was texting him about the Evil Dead stuff as well, and was like, yeah, look this, and then we were like, yeah, it doesn't make sense because when they only showed the standard, we were like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what's this and that, and why haven't they included this? And then 2 days later, when they showed the luxury, and I was like, now it makes sense. I get it now. But yeah, top bloke. So really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see something in the next sort of few weeks on that. Yeah.
And then these ones have only... So these two that we're going to talk about have only just dropped in the last couple of hours. Yeah. So this is the M Toys, the President, 117 quid, out Q1 2022. It's Loki. It's Loki. It says there. So what I like... My favourite bit about this is the special gift.
Oh, of course, the special gift.
The special
the spicial gift.
The spicial gift that I give to you. The Borat. Yeah, I like you. Yes, please. Chickweed. So, yeah, it's that one. I quite like. I like this. I'm not a big fan of the sculpt.
No, I was going to say that. I think the one we saw on the last couple of shows ago was a better sculpt. The sort of the grinning one. But the rest of it looks great.
You get a decent amount.
I think we're in quite a good sort of time for companies doing quite good tailoring and stuff like that. I think they've all sort of kind of got their game up now, and I bought a third party one for indie, and it was about 50 quid, and it's fantastic. So I think they've all caught up now. So I think. These figures, they very much live or die on the tailoring, really. And if they can deliver on this, it looks good. And for that price, you could pick up a different sculpt.
It looks like the headpiece is removable as well. So you have options, and there will be options. Like there really will be. And then there was Toys Battalion, the Time Sorceress, that looks like she smelt a fart. This is going to cost you, if you're at all interested, 127 quid. For some reason, they gave me the price, but not the release date, which was strange. Now, what I do like about this are the arms. So if more companies did that, it gave you a couple of additional, particularly things where you can see the wrists and you can't hide it.
Ones, and we had the that 11 set that hopefully is going to come out soon. But I think it's right. I think some figures, you want the flexibility, but in others, there's a particular pose you're going to want them in, and to have the seamless wrist option makes a lot of sense because, as we said, they can look horrible, can't they? If you can see the peg.
What is quite good about this figure is this little wind-up bit on the back. So you wind it up, and when you let it go, those fucking ears flap so hard that the figure will just levitate. I think if you ripped the head off and just threw it in the bin, it would probably be quite a nice release. I'm not a fan of that sculpt. No. She's an odd-looking woman anyhow, but that sculpt is not doing her any favours.
It's not, is it? No.
But then 127 quid, if it looks like it's stiff, sniffing a fart, you can forgive it. It's not for me. No. Daft Toys, though, very much for me. This company can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. So this is the FO18 1/6 scale Leopard Agent. Killmonger to the rest of us. Q2 2022 for 155 quid. I cannot complain. I like this.
Who's doing the other one? Because we saw one. We had one on quite a few shows ago, didn't we?
So I thought that was Daft Toys as well, because I thought there were two different versions.
Yeah. Must have been someone else, because when you sent me this, I was like, oh, has it been released? Because we had it on Fairway Back. There must have been like an M Toys or
no.
Like
they had him like in his street clothes.
Right.
So it had the big coat and all of that.
That's
didn't
right,
have
yeah.
it didn't have this version with the armor. There was another company that had announced it, but and I think at the time Daft Toys hadn't shown this sculpt or anything.
Right.
So I think they have. I think they have.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think they have shown this before.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah, if I had a Black Panther, this would be perfect to pair with it. It looks like they've ripped that sculpt off from somewhere though. I can't put my finger on where.
Yeah.
But no. But 455 quid.
Most of these have got ripped off sculpts, so
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. There's not much you can at the moment.
No.
So that was pretty much all the new, the upcoming stuff. So I don't know if anyone knows, but this thing called Sideshow Con's been on. It's been really quiet. No one's really spoke about it on YouTube. There's not been thousands of my thoughts videos, hundreds of videos where people just don't know what the fuck they're on about talking about figures. I've had the biggest problem ever when I've been going through and I've been watching different people look at this stuff, and I've been like, people don't seem to know the difference between different series of TV programs for a start. That winds me up. Like, it's wound me up with The Mandalorian to no end anyhow.
Right. Yeah.
People go in, I want all this stuff that should have come with the Beskar, the first Beskar version of Mandalorian. I'm like, but they didn't know about that at the time. They didn't know about it. It didn't exist when they made that figure. They're not fucking time travellers.
No, and the thing that's not helping it is obviously that there's these subsequent versions are coming out. But you know, if you buy Hot Toys, that you're never going to get that definitive version that's got absolutely everything.
But if we look at the Mandalorian and everything that's come with that one at the back, so the Series 2 Mando, what is the difference between the different Darth Vaders we've got? What's the difference between the different Captain Americas we've got? Not a massive amount.
No,
and I don't remember people going as mad at it as they have at the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and it's all a machine, isn't it? They change the costume so that they can make another figure. Not just Hot Toys, but Hasbro and everybody. It's a big machine. You just got to live with it really, and just jump in when you're happy with the one that you see.
Yeah, so I'm not that worried about the Mando at the back. That's absolutely fine. Doesn't bother me. And people that do have a problem with it, fuck you. That's all I can say. Not a problem.
No, well, I've pre-ordered that one. I think you said you might have done as well. So.
Yeah. Andre says I've so many Star Wars pre-orders that I'm exhausted by it. Almost wish I hadn't started. Yeah.
Right, that is the problem.
Scott Bradley wants the Bo-Katan. Yep, I've got Bo-Katan on pre-order. I like that. I definitely want Bo-Katan. Out of these on pre-order, I've got the Mando, Ahsoka, and Bo-Katan on pre-order. The only other one out of that there's two. I like the Super Battle Droid.
Yeah,
I think that looks really good, and I quite like. I've forgotten his name now. The guy at the far right, the guy from series, the first episode of series 2. I was watching it the other day.
On the
really
ship.
Fucking annoying me now.
Yeah.
No, not on the ship. He's the one who helps him take down the Crake Dragon.
Oh right, okay.
No, sorry, it wasn't the first episode. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. But anyway, Cobb Van, thank you.
Oh, that guy, the one at the back, you mean? No, I thought you meant the other blue Mando guy.
No. So I like those two.
Right.
Really do like those two. They would But the thing is, it would get so expensive to get the pair. So expensive. But Cobb Van, I would be very tempted if they did bring that out. Now, some of the comments I've seen floated around are, they should have shown it with a head. It's literally a fucking prototype. That there's no go. They may very well do. They may very well never delete it. Some of the more weirder comments I've seen are stuff around. It looks thrown together. It doesn't look like everything fits. Go back and watch.
Yeah,
the
that's
episode.
the whole idea.
That's the point.
He's a lot smaller than Boba Fett. Yeah.
He's a lot smaller. He's literally, it's found armour. It's not tailored to fit him.
No,
everything is just
bits.
hanging off him.
Yeah.
So and
yeah, I've got a. There we go. So yeah.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
obviously, it's on top of his own clothes. I think it looks good. I think it looks realistic.
Yeah, I'd like it. And to be fair, like if Hot Toys have the armour, why not use it? Why not get the mileage out of it? I would if I was them. I really would. I don't need any more the child figures. Grogu's I'm fine with. So him sitting on a giant stone nipple, not too bothered.
Do you think they'll actually bring out this super battle droid?
I hope so. I hope it doesn't sit there just in the coming soon pile for years.
Yeah, and where would you see the price point? Because obviously it's quite basic. You're just going to get that pretty much, aren't you?
So the Dark Trooper, I think, sat around $250 on Sideshow. I think. I need to double check. So if it sat around there, I wouldn't quite mind. What I didn't realise was the normal battle droid. They showed that as well.
They did.
They do a normal battle droid. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm not so much interested in the stat, but if they just had a normal battle droid,
they did a double pack.
Yeah, they're not too bad. No. They're fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. In fact, everything on this page, I'd quite like. I'd quite like the Dio, but when you see the size of it, you think, actually, where would I put it?
Yeah, it's big. And I'm sceptical as whether they'll actually bring that out. I know they kind of solicited it that they would, but as I say, how many people? It's not Detolf friendly, which is what most people are still using for display. I
think it's going to go the same way as some of the starships that they've shown. Some of the starfighters. I just don't see it.
Nice
Fennec,
idea, but
I'd like Fennec.
Yeah.
Definitely want a Fennec.
There's a lot of chat about her.
That I can see them releasing. Maybe once Book of Boba Fett comes out, but then I heard rumours that the Book of Boba Fett was going to be like an anthology.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if you start to see Return of the Jedi looking Fets and all that start making a comeback.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we also had this guy.
I'm really liking
Not surprising.
But it's a simple repaint. I'd be amazed if they don't. What was it? Dave, our mate Dave pointed out. You can't really see it here, but the other shoulder pad they put on upside down.
Yeah. The right hand one. Yeah, it's the wrong way up.
Yeah. Which was weird.
But it's odd, isn't it? I think you get people that put these together that actually don't really know what it's meant to look like. They got it right on one of them. But it looks good, and I would be tempted by a Jedi version, definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be, to be fair. So to me, it's a no-brainer. It's an easy release for them. It's just repainting what they've got.
Yeah, we were expecting it. Put a little forest base on the bottom there, and as they have, and you're good to go. But Yep. Well, there you are, Scott. So, as I say, it's definitely.
Scat's fantastic. I was looking at my Scat Trooper, and I was thinking, it really wouldn't take much. Really would not take much to paint that white.
No.
In fact, what you could probably do is just sit there with a little bit of paint stripper and take it back, and it would probably be absolutely fine.
This is the thing, and that's the reason why I obviously originally ordered that one, because I was struggling to get a Sideshow one for a decent price, and then I did get one for a good price. So then I was like, right, okay, I don't need that now. But that was always the plan, and I think, as you say, you could do it, but obviously now, there won't be any need to, unless you don't want to wait, obviously. But
so then it says how they give him more pistol grip hands. So yeah, I mean, to be fair though, they're just normal black-handed gloves.
Yeah.
If you got any other character that wears black gloves, you could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do like that.
See, what else we got?
They showed so much.
Yeah, I didn't put everything in, but we got the XC. I put that in before we'd seen the actual pre-order stuff for the XC.
It just makes me want it more.
I know.
Absolutely makes me want it more.
Yeah.
To me, the two of these I love is the Gambit and the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a bit with the Wolverine. I just wish Sideshow would get rid of the whole split arm type fiasco.
Yeah.
Just give me something jointed, as long as that arm doesn't burst open.
That's the bit
I'll be
with the guy busted, wasn't it, on the video?
And then was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That Gambit looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely looks amazing. So that could get me well into the X-Men line. Just those two right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Zemo looks okay. I don't see a problem. Again, it's the same as Cobb Van. People going, oh, if they gave it a head sculpt. If it does come out, they probably will.
Yeah.
It could very well be a peg warmer where they just get it out and go, here we go. We're never gonna release it, but it's there. We've seen it. And that's the problem with these shows, is they will show so much and very little will actually be put up.
Yeah.
So it would be
until
nice.
you get that pre-order go up somewhere, then it's never a done thing. So it's good to see actually that so many of these ones have already got their pre-orders out there, so we know that they're coming.
Yeah, there's been a fair few actually, to be fair on them, that have come out.
But again, we still haven't seen the Clone Wars Obi-Wan go up first, so there must still be some sort of ongoing.
The two animated ones are the ones I want. Those are instant pre-orders. As soon as they're up, I'm pre-ordering them.
Yeah.
If I have to go through my pre-orders and have to cut stuff, I will. Those two have been pre-ordered.
So these are right up there behind the Evil Dead.
Actual animated Star Wars stuff. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As soon as they're up, I'm on it. Absolutely on it.
And then we had some stuff from Asmus. So you got the Crown Series Gandalf, the Helm's Deep Aragorn, which have both already been released. But you've got the Helm's Deep Legolas on the left there. So they showed that. And he looks pretty good. Pretty much the same outfit as the original release, apart from the shoulder armour and the sword. He's got an extra belt with the sword. But they've obviously gone with a sculpted part rooted hair, which I'm not a major fan of. Doesn't look that great on Elrond. It looks better than the original one, which was just all plastic. But yeah, I was tempted to pre-order the standard one, because this is the one that comes with the whacking great part of the wall and the ladder and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was saying to the guys when we were on doing the ring cast that for some reason Asmus never put the single one up. Danny said it's sold out, but then they still have stuff on there that's sold out. You can still see it. It just says there's none available.
Yeah.
So to be honest, it probably did me a favour, because I don't need a second one, and I think pretty much everything's going to be the same as the one I've got. So.
Cheers, Alvin.
Yeah, see you.
Thanks very much. Yeah, see you later, mate. Thanks.
But yeah, no, good to see them. And as I said, they bring out some decent products. That the head sculpts can be a bit hit and miss. I don't think they can get Aragorn. That doesn't look like Vigo to me. I think they're better than their original ones, but the Legolas looks okay, and I think Gandalf's good, but I think he suffers from the rolling eyeballs, because they're sort of set too deep into his head.
It's that hat that lots of people complain about, and I think I think what they need to do is take the hat away and just replace it with a chainsaw hand.
Oh, right. A chainsaw hat, maybe.
Hand. Just a hand. Just
Just
a
a
chainsaw hand. A boomstick. A little diorama of Henrietta. Just swap it out for an Evil Dead thing. I'd much prefer that, if I'm honest.
Danny said, I thought you were talking about Aragorn standard. Yeah, they never put up the standard Legolas. I don't know why. It's on Sideshow, I think, but I like to order from Asmus because it's free worldwide shipping, and they'll mark it down for customs and stuff. So, but yeah, they never put it up. So I don't know whether that seems odd that they wouldn't have it on their own website when they had both for Aragorn, unless they made some sort of deal with Sideshow.
Maybe.
I don't know, but yeah, they're looking good. So I'm not sure when Legolas is out. Hopefully by the end of the year. Team him up with these guys. Get a Gimli in there, and you are rocking some cool shit.
What else we got?
So
it's the time for... Yeah, so there's been plenty of videos and people talking about Sideshow Con, so we thought we would just pick some of the bits that we liked instead of going through everything.
Yeah.
And, arguing the toss about what should come with stuff and what shouldn't, and murdering the source material. But yeah, so it is that time where we thank our lucrative sponsor.
Only Fools and Collecting is brought to you by Watto's Scrapyard. They 3D print parts for your hard-to-come-by Kenner vehicles. They 3D print 1/12 and 1/6 scale head sculpts from a massive back catalogue. If there is a particular character you want, he can design and 3D print it for you for a reasonable price. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Andre's just popped in. Seeing the Sloan head sculpt just above Ian is a great looking figure, I think. Yeah, I like that little... I'm moving my mouse, you can't see it. But yeah, I do know what you mean. I do like that one.
Yeah, thanks to Watto for continued sponsorship. Does a great job. I am just going to drop his link in the comments here, so if anybody wants to go visit Watto's page and go and see what he's got there. Got hundreds of great sculpts, a lot of Star Wars. But if there's anything you want, or you want a head sculpt of yourself, hit him up and he'll do your own private commissions for a very good price. So definitely go visit Watto's.
Yeah, definitely. He's a top guy. Really nice to deal with.
Yeah.
Give him a shout. A shout.
Yeah.
So, Masters of the Universe dropped. I'm going to caveat this with saying I wasn't a massive fan of the original TV show. I was slightly late. I was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I did watch He-Man and liked it at the time. But I watched Masters of the Universe, the first. Well, part 1, which is 5 episodes, and absolutely loved it. And you've seen 2, haven't you?
Yeah, I watched the first 2, and I've liked what I've seen. So I think it's really well done. So it's good to see. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the original series. I think I was probably around 8 or something when it first debuted. So that was kind of required viewing, and it was all very much about the figures. I had many a birthday with He-Man figures. I had a friend who had Castle Grayskull. It was kind of quite good because, like with a few mates, you tended to have there'd be some figures that you all had, but between you'd have quite a good collection of like the Battle Cat or bits and pieces, so you could have quite a good setup. But yeah, I love the figures. I love some of the I mean, I love Trapjaw. He's probably my favourite villain. And then they had Whiplash. I remember him. He was really good. And yeah, so the figures were great. And obviously they've redone them recently. They look really good. And there's figures
I'm really
for
tempted.
This series as well, aren't there?
Yeah, I've seen the ones for this series look really good.
They do.
I'm really tempted, and I don't really go in for the smaller scale, but I'm very tempted to
so
get
without any spoilers, what do you like about the what do you like about this show?
It's really hard to talk about without spoiling it.
Okay.
Particularly the first episode. Like,
Yeah.
I looking at the trailers, it's no surprise that it's not massively about He-Man. Like, you've only got to watch the trailers to know that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not.
Which, when I first saw the trailer stuff, I thought, oh, okay, it seems weird to have a He-Man program without He-Man. Then I clocked the title, Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's not He-Man. It doesn't, but you can't. But then when I thought back about the episodes I had seen when I was a kid, and there are lots of episodes I seem to remember where Adam doesn't even turn into He-Man, or he either loses the sword or something happens, and he relies on this cast of friends to help him.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of that. It's lots of the other characters. And I really like the animation style.
Yeah, the animation style is really good. Yeah.
The voice acting is fantastic. I didn't realise it's Sarah Michelle Gellar voicing the main character in it.
Is it Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill, Skeletor.
Right, cool.
It's really good. And then there's this tree type dude in it. He was the guy who voices that is the original voice for Skeletor.
Oh, brilliant! Okay.
So it's really well done, and I really like Kevin Smith. I think a lot of the stuff he does is really good. He knows source material. He understands how to tell a decent story. I really like the stuff he's done. So this was really good. And I'm really looking forward to the second part, the next 5 episodes. Particularly, like, it's so hard not to talk about, like, the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But the next 3 episodes are fantastic. So it's well worth.
I've probably watched them after the show, to be honest. So
it's worth it. I caned them like in a day. I was like,
because they're only just over 20 minutes, aren't they? 23 minutes or something like that. So
yeah. So I want to go back and watch it again before the second part drops. But yeah, I've very much am liking it, and I got to the point where I was running out of stuff to watch, and this came just at the right time. I did watch as well. I finished watching that Fear Street.
Oh, is it any good?
Really good. If you get a chance, watch it. It's a bit of a slog.
I've got more on my watch list, and I just need to kind of motivate to get on it, and then I think I want to watch all of them. But
it's a bit of a slog because it's three full films that kind of make an overarching story. But yeah, very well worth a watch. Well worth a watch.
Before we leave this section, I'm going to see Jungle Cruise tomorrow with Rock.
Yeah, I want to watch that. That looks quite good.
I think it's releasing on Disney Plus, but the other half said, they're doing quite cheap cinema tickets. So I booked the day off. We're going tomorrow morning, and I've read a couple of reviews. They just say it's a really good laugh. It's a sort of like the Rock. You know what you're going to get. We like the Rock. I like the Rock. It's an Indiana Jones kind of nods to the sort of African Queen and stuff, and just it seems like it's quite a good film. So quite looking forward to that. So we can talk about that on the next one if you've seen it by then. But yeah, it'd be interesting to go back to the cinema because it'd be the first time I've been for a long time. We've kind of booked 3 seats away from everybody else. And we'll see how many people are there. But yeah, it does look good. I think it'll be good fun.
Scott Bradley wants to see it as well.
The Jumanji films with him, and
I did actually. So, and I must admit, I didn't think I was going to like them, but I did. I thought they were okay.
Yeah. So hopefully that's good fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Right. So let's get into
Shenanigans! What?
So I don't think it's been any shock to anyone that I've been quite humpety this episode. I'm just in a bad mood. But yeah, this cheered me up ever so slightly. This is what we were on about before, is the unpainted Thor that someone got. Now I feel sorry for him, but when they've finished it off, they forgot to completely do the beard, the mustache, any of the hair on the face, and added any detail work to it. It looks horrific. He looks like Khal Drago from
Game of Thrones.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I can't draw him.
Who are you thinking of?
Because the name's similar. Do you ever watch Farscape?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Dargo.
Okay.
Not Carl Dargo, just Dargo. Yeah, he looks like Dargo from Farscape.
Yeah, it does a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think because he had like a beard type thing that was all tentacles, so it looks very similar to that.
I mean, how the fuck did that get through QC?
All I can think of is they must have put it in the box, whacked the clamshell over it, and as it's come through, they've just not clocked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because everything else apparently was fine, but fuck that.
I know, I've never seen it either, Scott. It's,
no.
Seen that happen.
But it highlights how many bits the hair is and stuff like that as well, because there's just no detail work done to it at all. Yeah, that is quite bad.
Yeah.
So there was the funny, and then there was this. So Toys Blunderland put out a thing on Facebook and had a few of their, I'm going to say their people, because it clearly is their people, posting saying that Sideshow had put in a DMCA to take down their website. Mm-hmm. So their website was taken down, and then, so if it is true, I think we have to bear in mind it is Toys Wonderland, and they have had form before for not being quite as honest as they could be.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that is. Allegedly, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
If this all is true, that happened, it's out of order. Massively out of order. There's no real need for Sideshow to be jumping on it. They offer a completely different service. They haven't got a license. They haven't got an agreement with Hot Toys. They are paying people to stand in the street and pre-order stuff. That's that's the way it is. But so I don't want to touch too much on that because it's been done. But the thing that I did find weird was the amount of people who instantly forgot about all the shady shit that had gone on over the last couple of years and were acting as though they were the best company on the planet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hang on a sec. Feeling sorry for them is the equivalent of feeling sorry for a nonce that isn't allowed to live next to a school. It's just bizarre that the amount of people that forgot about the dead celebrities crap, the tips, the cancelling people's orders when they realised they could get more for a figure, all that kind of stuff. And I was like,
if we're to believe that this is around them using official Hot Toys photographs to advertise the products, then allegedly Toys Wonderland reported another Hong Kong reseller to Sideshow, and they did the same to them. And if you now go on that, which is Toys Buying Agent, you'll find now that all of the photos are kind of generic screenshots from the movies or the TV shows. So they're not, and that's, as far as we know, Toys Wonderland may have well been behind that. So basically, they got as good as they gave, and
obviously all of this is
TWL and
and all of this is it's all alleged. There's no proof.
No.
But I just thought to supply a bit of context to it. They're not as innocent as they make out. I don't think.
No.
But then what was interesting was about an hour, 2 hours before we came on, there was a guy posting that actually eBay had taken his listing down because Sideshow had got into contact with eBay to take it down. So they have a policy, and it was the way it was worded was around the use of parts of their product or their parts not being compatible or some such nonsense. And eBay took this guy's listing down for a custom figure, and he was like, all he had in the listing was it was a Hot Toys body. It just looked like a regular kit bash by all accounts. So there's definitely some shady shenanigans going on with Sideshow waving their willy around, I think, allegedly. So there's definitely some of that. And then talking to a few Hong Kong resellers and retailers and stuff like that. So it looks like Marvel have also been at it and have been sending out DMCA notices, which again is a takedown, remove my IP and all of that kind of stuff. So there's so much shit going on at the moment. It's ridiculous.
It's just weird though, because they've sold, they've already sold that figure to somebody, made their money. If that person chooses to then use bits of it to kit bash and sell that figure,
with the eBay thing, 100%. I don't see.
No, and it's not besmirching their name or anything, is it?
No, no. I think it's probably them just going in too hard with everything.
And
I get.
They must have better things to do with their time.
And
the thing is, to someone as a job and go and have a look and see what you can bring down on eBay.
And the thing is, like, if I'm Hot Toys, I'd be sitting there going, hang on, this, I suppose from them, because you get people say, well, why don't Hot Toys, do their own thing? Yes, I would agree, Scott. Yeah, the drama is unbelievable. Like, you don't go into other groups and you don't see all this kind of shenanigans. No. Retailers slagging each other off and, putting in, reporting each other and all this kind of... it's mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. And then, dragging the community into it as well is just... I don't know. You just think, there's got to be more to life than this. Like, you just can't look at it, really.
That's a little bit odd. Yeah.
It's been a weird couple of weeks, but like I said, if I was Hot Toys, you can't be sitting there going, "We're inadvertently being dragged into this."
Yeah.
Do we want that? Like,
yeah.
Because I know people say, why don't Hot Toys, why don't they sell direct and that? And I was very much of that opinion until I spoke with Andy, and he pointed it out, and I thought, actually, that's why didn't I see that before? Why would they take the risk? They're making it hand over fist at the moment.
Yeah,
they've got Sideshow in America, Big Chief Studios over here in the UK. They're selling directly out of their little shop in Hong Kong. As soon as a pallet load leaves to go off to Sideshow or goes off to Big Chief Studios or whoever, they're done.
Yeah, they've got their money.
That's all our risk done. We've got our money. See you later. Yeah. So why would they bother with all this aggro? I get it. 100% get it from them. But so there's been loads of this DMC stuff and just shit being taken down every 5 minutes, and it's really, really weird. But I don't think that I think there's a lot of retailers who aren't quite whiter than white as much as they'd want us to believe. And that's just not the particular one we've mentioned. There's a few others that have had their knuckles wrapped on a few occasions. But it goes like this. There'd be a big spurt of it, and I think a lot of it is probably because of the pandemic. They've had people about who can look at this kind of stuff. And now that if you think about the onslaught of releases and stuff that we've had, it's almost like in a short space of time we've had a big catch up of the stuff that should have come out and now is. So hopefully it will all calm down.
Settle down a bit,
and in a month's time we'll be like, okay, what the fuck happened there? And it's a blip. But so that was that. So let's just move on very quickly to
Mr. Pacino.
Yes, if I can find it. There we go.
Custom Corner.
Boom. It's been a sad day. It's been a sad week. My favourite light that I used to paint died. And this was the last thing I painted before it died. And then I've had to wait a whole week for a new one to be delivered. This is a Salacious Crumb that I printed and painted. And went all the way to Neil Hacks, I think it was. And I did one of these for myself as well. I'm tempted to print an even bigger one, and this was just a free file from Thingiverse, I think.
One print, one piece.
Just 2 pieces. The tail is a separate piece, but the guy does it, and he does this one and one that's sitting down with like the legs hanging over the edge. Oh, thanks, Scott and Andre. So yeah, because the thing is, I've got the old Jabba the Hutt, and to get all the extra creature pack and to get everything else is so expensive.
Yeah, because there's a couple of creature packs, aren't there? There's a couple of different ones, I think.
Yeah, so I've got files for the little. I don't have one about for the little weird slug type thing with arms that sits there. So I've got a couple of them printed that I'm going to paint up. But yeah, so the idea is to print myself the creatures and all of that. So I've got a complete kind of set. Thank you, Mark. So and it didn't take that long to print either. I think it only took 3 or 4 hours.
And the paint's really top notch on it. Really like it.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites I've done in a little while. But then I've got what I am working on as well, which I started painting, but like I say, my light broke and it was quite sad because I've now told a new one, is I've started on Pickle Rick.
Oh, Pickle Rick, yeah. That's brilliant.
So this, I think someone posted that they had this Pickle Rick that they printed, and I was like, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want it. And they sent me a link to the file, and it was like 79p for the file. And I was like, yep, that we're done. So, and I wasn't even that smart about printing it, really. I just laid it on the build plate like that, stuck a load of supports, and was like, let's see what happens. I'm not going to think too much about it. And yeah, so I want to finish that and then get a little stand, and that will just sit on my desk as a little Pickle Rick.
Yeah,
because Pickle Rick is amazing.
He is brilliant.
I could have made it a lot bigger if I'd printed it standing up like that, but it just would have taken forever.
Okay. Yeah, that's big enough.
Yeah, for what it is, it's fine. So yeah, I need to finish that off, and I've got a load of other stuff I'm working on, which I shall show you all next week. But yeah, it was a sad day when my light broke. And I didn't realise how much I depended on it, because I thought, it's fine, I've got another one that I use. And I was like, no, I can't. I really can't. I can't make it out. So, yeah. So I'll be finishing that off in the weekend, probably. At the weekend. Yeah. So
we've
take it away,
man.
The
show when we like to thank our Patreon supporters. So I'll just run through the names. We've got Sean Fear, Ian Seaby, René Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leah Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Schwab Brader, Dan Lee, Dinny Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Fern, King Zachary, Caesar Mariquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick De Gregorio, Alvin Jules, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Bowler Boy, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, Stephen Percher, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Corpus, and Mr. and Mrs. JB. We thank you all very much. You are all sweet angels. And if you'd like to join the Patreon, I should just drop the link in there. We'd love to have you on board. We'll go through some of the benefits in a minute, but yeah, just brilliant. These guys have been here for a long time, and they've kept this network going. So yeah, brilliant. So we've got 3 tiers. We've got the Sweet Angel, which gets you a sticker sent straight to your door, as well as access to Ox After Dark replay. We've got the Certified Crispy, which gives you an official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge. Assistance with figure fixes by Zach. Message him beforehand to see if it's possible. He's not sure whether he can fix Mark's Frodo or not. But we'll watch this space. He's got a badly broken hip joint on his Mark Pearson's Asmus Frodo. He may be beyond help, but international postage will be charged at cost for the certificates. And then the top tier Water Guy, folks in this tier get a signed collected weekly live 18x24 silhouette poster. You get doubles all the stickers, so you can give them to your friends and family, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. Ian is no longer able to provide the head sculpt option, although if you have already been a Water Guy for more than 3 months, as long as you hit Ian up by the end of October, is that correct?
Yeah, just by the end of October.
Then
I think Zach said something about me starting a new position. I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I didn't say anything about.
Yeah, I was driving. I thought Have I?
Have I? Yeah.
Have I?
Where's the extra money?
No, I think the decision to pull it was just because I'm a lot busier with my normal day job at the moment. And
I think that's probably what he picked up on. I thought it was.
I think there was a bit of a crosswire there. And to be fair, people, I think the whole time we've been doing it, there's probably 3 or 4 people out of that whole list of people that have taken me up on it. So it just seemed like a good time to knock it on the head and maybe look at doing something else.
If contact you by end of October, then you'll still make good on that promise, and then we're looking into an extra benefit to chuck in for the Water guy to kind of make that sweet. Mark, in my defence, Freddie is injury prone. Guy always gets getting stabbed, losing fingers, etc. Yeah, but he didn't lose a leg, Mark. That would have made it a bit tricky getting to Mount Doom.
Have you not seen that one? It's in the 12-hour director's cut.
Oh, okay.
It's in that really that extra one that proper fans have seen.
Gnaws his leg off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So yeah, the August Patreon benefits. We've got the crispy sticker, which is kind of like a Coke rip-off there. And this one's great, the Holy Mac sticker. So we've got our very own John, the Everyday Collector, with his favourite saying, "Holy Mac." So we got this.
We should have a Zach sticker with just Jesus,
yeah.
Jesus,
and one that says "bro."
that one episode of just bro.
Oh, I don't know. Have you not watched the latest After Dark?
No, I never. By the time I wake up, they're long gone, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, there's some more. But yeah, I love the Holy Mac sticker. John's a good guy, and it's good to see him on there. Yeah, and then we've got T Public, so we've got a number of different T-shirts. We've got one for apparently there's one for the Ringcast now, our newest show. Yeah, go on there. Lots of good. You can not only T-shirts, you get hats, masks, blah blah blah. They have a sale on there, about $13 each. So I shall. And here's the link for that if you fancy there. Just before we kind of end and go on to the other shows, I think it's only right to give Mark Pearson is in the chat here. Big up his new podcast, the Ringcast. Mark, myself, Zach, and Danny recorded the first episode on last Saturday. We didn't do it live. We did the first few recorded and then uploading them to YouTube. So please check that one out. If you're even if just a casual fan of Lord of the Rings, you'll hopefully find something to enjoy there. First episode we kind of went through just a bit about the ring and the history and the kind of the part it plays in the whole saga, and some various collectibles that we've either got or we're looking to get hold of. The next one we're recording in about 3-4 weeks, and we're going to look at kind of differences between the books and the movies. So we're going to look at Fellowship first and talk about what the major differences are, and what they took out, what they moved about, and also we're going to focus on Gandalf as a character. So yeah, definitely give it a listen. Show some support for Mark. Mark was terribly nervous, and he's still kind of a bit shaken by it all, but he did really well, and I think it's a good show that's hopefully going to run for some time now. So yeah,
definitely. I think I watched the first half, and yeah, really good, really liked it.
Yeah. So, and there we are. So if you want to take us through the rest of the network.
Yeah, so this is the CW network, the network that never sleeps. We will stream absolutely everything directly into your brain, regardless of what it is. It doesn't matter. We get unboxing a new box of slippers, not a problem. We will record it. We're gonna do a virtual flight to around the Isle of Wight, not a problem. We've got you. We're going to tweak the slightest figure, not a problem. We're on it. Yep, we'll play Grand Theft Auto, Mario, whatever. Absolutely anything. It doesn't make any difference. To be fair, Mark, you did really well.
Yeah.
You did really well, mate.
Don't beat yourself up, Mark. So.
Yeah, so we've got Small Talk, which is the smaller scale, really good little program. Really like
Yep,
it.
yep,
And they're coming up to their 50th as we are.
It's great, isn't it? The double
Yeah.
whammy, double event coming up.
Yeah, so loving that. They're doing really well with the smaller stuff. And, all the props in the world to them, because the amount of shit that comes out at that scale every week.
How do you even pick through it? It's
absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. We get overwhelmed when like Hot Toys release 3 figures. It's like, how are we going to?
We got a pretty easy job, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a piece of piss.
Big respect to Dylan for that. Yeah.
Yep. We got Live and Let Dice back, which is a program where grown men watch their virginity effectively grow back. You can watch that. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Born again virgins,
born again virgins. They're fantastic. Really, really looking forward to that one coming back, because Dungeons and Dragons is something that I've low key wanted to play for a while. But time difference means that it's not quite gonna work for me.
No, definitely not.
So yeah, really looking forward to that one coming
back. A vampire one, aren't they? This time they're doing like something a little bit different. So. Yeah.
Yep. And then we've got Collecting Weekly unboxing. Like we said, anything at all. Figures from 12 years ago, not a problem. We got you covered.
Out-of-date sandwiches. Anything.
Out-of-date sandwiches. What the fuck was he eating on the last show? Some kind of Nutella.
Oh God, Nutella
concoction.
and cheese toasty.
Yep.
Disgusting.
So if you're into that kind of thing. Hit him up, well worth it. We got Collecting Weekly live, excellent show. It's like a really depressing Brady's Bunch at the beginning, because it's just hundreds of people all on the screen at once. But really good show, worth watching. It's the flagship, the mothership. They will record as and when anything happens, they're there. So the In-Outs are collecting, which is the statue world. Really enjoy watching that, actually, because I like statues. I just don't have room for them.
Some stuff that I'm like, I'd love that.
Do you find, though, just completely out of a random thought, do we apply too much statue logic to figures? We should probably talk about it on the next show, because the way in terms of how we imagine that these are limited pieces. We apply the statue logic of they shouldn't make any more once they've released it. That kind of stuff. I think that's probably something we should talk about in the next show. But I just thought that. Anyway, statues, fantastic guys. Eddie and Mario, the voice of reason. We will call them from now on. After Dark, which is in my world is too fucking early in the morning, so I never get to see it. I very rarely get to see it, but when I do, it's very good. When I can't sleep and I wake up, it's great.
I was up at 4:30 this morning, so I got to see some live. Very interesting. Mark talking about the peculiarities of throw distance as you get older, if you know what I mean, of a certain bodily fluid.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
I
suppose, I mean, if you do it 12 times a day, it's just at the end of it, you're just going to be, you're just ejaculating dust at that point. Like nothing. So as we just alluded to, After Dark is the show solely based on masturbation.
Pretty much.
Obviously, OFAC, the jewel in the crown, the highest production values and professionalism throughout.
Of course.
Honestly, I don't know where they'd be without us. CW clips, anything mildly funny will be clipped and instantly pumped onto Instagram. And then we have Ox plays absolutely fucking anything. It doesn't matter what it is. We're gonna run around.
Mark says, blasts radius at this point turns into friendly fire. Blue on blue, Ox plays absolutely fucking anything. Play Grand Theft Auto, pretend you're police, do whatever you like, it's fine, not a problem. Whatever tickles your pickle and floats your boat on that one. So that is our glorious network, and if after that you decide that this isn't for you, I probably wouldn't blame you. I've probably not done it justice, but there we go. There's a link there in the chat, just if you're not already a member of Collecting Weekly Auxiliary on Facebook, join us on there. We have some laughs on there. The hosts try to post on there and comment on there as much as we're able. So it's a good community. So get yourself on there if you're not already.
See, I would agree, Andre. We are the pinnacle. The pinnacle.
That's a beautiful word.
I like that. The pinnacle. We like you, Andre. You can come back.
Yeah.
So that is it. I believe that's it for another Thursday night. Not bad. No. 2 hours. 2 hours.
We kept that one on track.
And do you know what? I've got to say thank you to the 12 people still watching us. That haven't been put off by the spit and bile of the last 2 hours. Who have 13 now, just tuning in. Who have stuck by till the very end. See you later, Toy Mafia. Have fun.
See you, mate. Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with our shit for 2 hours. We will see you next time. Tassie buys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.